Hello everyone, and welcome to another Starcraft 2 replay. I'm 10 seconds in and I already have to cough. Better. I don't even have a cold anymore. It's just I had bronchitis way back when, and now whenever I get a cold, after it goes away, I still have this nagging cough that just sticks with me for like 2 months. Anyways, I could do my jug of OJ here. Like I said, I'm not even sick, but I'm still pumping back the OJ. I like to get those 2-liter bottles of Tropicana and just drink straight out of the carton and then throw it out and wonder how many times I could have flown around the world for all these aeroplane points I never cash in. Alright, that's a little better. Hopefully that keeps the coughing away. So, introductions. This is Lost Temple. I am the Lewis Terran spawning in the 9 o'clock position, and there's a red Protoss opponent in the 6 o'clock. And he's sending a scout out the wrong direction, which is unfortunate. I love when he comes into my base and only sees one supply depot. I can't even imagine the confusion that does to my opponents, but it probably scares them. I know when I play a TvP and I send in my early scout and I don't see anything inside their base, it freaks me out. First thing I'm doing is throwing down 2 bunkers up in front of my base because I'm expecting the proxy barracks, and maybe he would expect the same thing too. Anyways, cough time. Oh yeah, that's a hacker. But by the time he does get here, I will have my fast expand already on production. And the reason I'm doing this match is I'm actually going to be facing Blink Stalkers. And I remember back from my very first Starcraft 2 video where I made up this build order before the beta came out, and people just kind of said how stupid it will be and wouldn't work for these 1,000 reasons. And one of them was that people always said, well, Protoss just has to blink up into your main base, bypass your front line, and then you're completely screwed. So I realized I haven't actually done a video versus this Blink Stalker counter, so I'm going to do one now, and we can see how it fares. So Protoss did go the usual Gateway Cybercore, and I think now that he spotted that I went for the fast expand, he is chrono boosting out his first zealot. Oh, that's hilarious. Did he chrono boost the zealot when he was actually supply capped? Funny stuff. Anyways, it wouldn't matter. My wall's already up now anyways. All I gotta do is close that door and he'll never get in. And he's not spawning close enough to ever kill this SCP either. OJ drug time. Good stuff. And the first zealot chrono boosted inefficiently is finally out. And he's got his non-existent charge auto cast on. This is actually something I remember from Warcraft 3 when it has that little fizzle thing around the icon. That means auto cast is on. Something that you may want to know for your repair. When you right click it to turn on auto cast, then it'll start auto repairing. So he does come poke his head in, notices that I got Fortress coming up. So this is kind of smart. He does try to scoot around it. He does take one pot shot, but he gets in. And since I forgot to make Marines, I have nothing to actually hold this off. I figured to balance it, since he did a failed chrono boost on his first zealot, I'm like, I'm just going to play this barracks and not make anything out of it to start my match. I do want to actually back up just a touch. Well, don't worry, we'll jump back to the beginning of this game. One little thing, and it does actually make a difference, when you do lift this, what you want to do is lift, place the bunker, then land your barracks. Honestly, it gets your bunker up 2-3 seconds faster, and sometimes that helps a lot. So if he does chrono burst immediately to a stalker, it will arrive before your bunker is complete. And I preemptively bring out a bunch of SCVs to repair. No, I'm kidding. Just time to transfer out. Now my fortress is done, it's safe to transfer. Alright, so now we're more or less back to where we were. And he's whacking on the door, and just leaving one SCV here on auto repair is fine. Notice you got the little spinning icon that I was talking about. Given if there's more units here, you want to control it, but since there's only one zealot, I'll just automatically be repairing whatever he's attacking. And one SCV does repair faster than one solid attacks. And you better believe it, this is a fuck you barracks coming up here. I already got my 3 barracks down, that's all I need. This is the fuck you barracks. Oh yeah, you're not escaping now. That was just for you, Zealot. That was just for you. I don't even need you anymore. Alright, so now that the Protoss knew I was fast expanding, he did go for the 4 warp gate rush, which is a response to a lot of Protoss attempts. And now that he's got his 4 gateways down and realizes, hey, this is actually going to be hard to punch through the front door because he's got a bunker at the top of his ramp and planetary fortress here, he decides to make another change to his strategy, and that is he's going to go for blink stalkers and blink into my base. So he's going to start making stalkers now from these gateways as soon as he gets to it. And he's throwing down a Twilight Council to research blink, and a robotics facility to get a observer. Because you cannot blink to the high ground here unless you can see the high ground. If we go to this Protoss's view, he has no ability to see the high ground here, so what he has to do is like swing around up on the ramp here, and then maybe he could blink up this way. But that would still put him in range of the bunker, so I think it's better just to bring an observer over here and then blink up over here. So you can see is now starting to pump out the stalkers and chrono boosting the blink, and any moment now there comes the observers. At the same time, I do a bad macro this game. You can see my resources getting higher and higher, 700, and I was very poor on the Vespian. I had only 2 in each of these refineries instead of 3. And the initial attack, I forgot to put up a 3rd, and when he blinks up, I'm going to continue to forget doing stuff. So I have no gas, so I can't get the usual upgrades I do, or tech into Medivacs is delayed, and tech into Ghost is delayed. And at the same time, I have all these minerals I'm not actually spending. I'm actually going to have to go heavier in Marines than I'm used to, and which gives me a smaller Marauder account to fight these Stalkers. So you can see everything's going wrong. Even had to throw up a 4th barracks success so far behind. Ooh, just coughing a lot. Got that post-nasal drip thing going on. Or, not the post-nasal, but when it drips in the back of your throat and just irritates you and makes you want to cough all the time. So this is actually going to be the first time ever that I am going to see the observer. Notice if I go to my view here, when we see it move, you can see the fizzle. And for once, I finally spotted it. I'm like, oh, look, there it is. See a little spinner thing there? I can see the observer. I'm going to go kill it. Let me scan. Oh, don't have any scan. I'll have to wait. I didn't want to sit underneath it because I figured that's too obvious that I saw it. So I'm like, I'm just going to sit over here and wait. But it was not in time. Before I had the energy to scan, he would do this. He was able to link up. But I do have stim packs finished. I'm just going to back up. Sorry, just wanted to show the little details here. I did stim. A couple things I did not do. I did not change the rally points on my barracks. So watch this Marauder here. I'm just going to walk and walk and do nothing. Hey, I'm doing nothing, I'm doing nothing, I'm dead. Another thing I forgot, you can actually stim your bunker, which is huge. I mean, these units are going to live forever, more or less, so it doesn't even matter that you lose hit points. I just blink away from my SCV surround. Okay, now he's going to try to focus that bunker. Not going to work well when I have like 15 SCVs in the area. I'm going to try to finish off the last Stalker with my 1 Marauder, although there's more Stalkers. And everybody's like, hey, that's not 1 Stalker. Tricked me. Still having problems microing my new reinforcements. Decided to pull my SCVs back, although I accidentally pulled my SCVs off of this Vespian, so maybe more Vespians trapped. And forcing them to retreat. A stim that made no sense whatsoever. And pulling at 3 SCVs to repair this supply depot, and not only are they not going to make it in time, but they're going to stay idle for a while. And I never got the SCVs back on this refinery or on this refinery. And look how bad my problem is now. 2100. Still can't do any teching because I have no gas, and I got 2200 sitting in the bank. Oh boy, my macro I swear is getting worse, not better, as the days go on. Oh, I did miss something key there. Sorry, it's back up there. He does try to come stim back in with his next set of Stalkers, but this time I finally got the, oops, didn't mean to do that. This time I finally got the Observer, and I did shut down his blink. Now he's not able to blink up, so he has to pull back. Also throwing out some air turrets. Not sure if this will actually work or not, but I figure it could help keep the Observers out of my base, making it less likely for my opponent to be able to stim up, or to be able to blink up. Now that he lost that Observer, he actually has to chrono boost out another one. So he's coming over. Oh yeah, this is key. This is an example of how you can't blink to high ground without being able to see it. Observer goes down, blink fails. Let's watch that again, slow-mo. Protoss' view. So now you can see the high ground because of this Observer, so he comes to try to blink, but my air turret is going to take down the Observer. There it goes. Now the blink doesn't work. He lost sight on the high ground, and this blink completely failed. Throwing down 3 more barracks just because of my terrible spending. Putting up some supply depots, a lot of supply depots. These are all things you should do if you do end up pooling up resources. You want to be able to get back into spending all your money. You don't want to be pooling up money at all. Finally up to medevac tech. However, I was not able to get my 1-1 upgrades. I have to sell for 1-0. And I don't have ghosts either, all because of my Vesperian problems I've had this game. Smart enough to get concussion shells this game, but once again I've forgotten to get combat shield. All these things are really key, and if I weren't against an opponent who failed his all-in, it could have cost me. So Protoss at this point has kind of resigned to the fact that both of his pushes have failed. The 4 warp gate failed, the blink failed. So now he's going to try to catch up economically. So chrono boosting his expansion, although I do spot that he has an expansion here. And I see no units in this area. I probably assume he's still outside my base. So I got 2 medevacs out, and I'm probably going to do my usual 4 medevac push here. Once I got 4 medevacs, I figured that's when I'm at my peak. I'm usually 1-1, only 1-0 though. But with 4 medevacs on stim and a good sized army because of my economic edge, I'll probably do well. And this is just classic A move, not a whole lot to do. Yeah, blinking in range of Marauders, not a good idea. Another failed blink there. I do leave these cannons behind because I can always kill those anytime. At this point in the game, I just want to get to his expansion ASAP, take it out before he gets reinforcements. Another very failed blink. I do not understand that blink at all. Not that it mattered, but what are you thinking? I'm going to blink from the high ground to right in front of you on the low ground. Sure, that makes sense. And with that, that is a GG. So I guess just to review, kind of go to like say the 9-minute mark. So here we see my opponent has gotten blink right about now, and he's got a fair amount of stalkers. So this is about the time of the game, 9.5 minutes in the game. But you can see it's too late at this point. It's not a viable counter to my strategy. I already have 4 Marines here, plus another 6. 7. So I got 11 Marines and 2 Marauders out already with Stim Pack. That's more than enough to take care of whatever force he brings in. And if I didn't have 700 minerals pooled up, I would probably have a lot more Marauders. And you may say, well, this isn't a ideal build order. Like, you can't support 4 warp gates and a robotics bay and this and blink tech. And he got this all pretty slow. But you gotta remember, no one's actually gonna go blink stalkers right off the bat to counter me because you actually have to see the planetary fortress. And with that, I'm gonna call this the end of this video. Thanks everyone, and goodbye.